What, son? Sorry, my son. Hopefully,
Hey, Zirkle here back again with the hot seat with a I guess you can figure out what we're gonna at least some direction of what we're going with in terms of somebody that could be on. But he is an awesome freaking streamer. This guy is all around badass. If you want to see a interesting stream, especially since he does kind of do some interesting channel points, you gotta you gotta go check out Wahpoh. Wahpoh is hot, just hot. And guess what? He's now on the hot seat. What's happening, man? What's going down?
what's up, bro? Hey, sorry, my son's gonna be in and out of the stream because my wife's sleeping. So,
Oh, that's perfectly
thank you
fine.
for having me,
Nothing
sir.
wrong with that.
Happy to be
No
here.
problem,
I
man,
know, I
dude.
know, I know. We've been trying to set this up for a little while, and the last time you invited me, I wasn't able to hop on.
Yeah, well, hey, man, when stuff arises, man, it's okay, no big deal. But hey, look I called it. I called it. Juice showed the fuck up in 5 minutes. The moment we mention hentai, he's gonna show the fuck up. He just knew, hey, I should jump in stream right now.
Juice, I've actually been interviewed by ICE before, and
Oh,
I don't sound Mexican at all, dude. So they let me go.
I don't dress anything like a Mexican, a typical Mexican. My wife just looks at me and she goes, "You are the whitest bastard I know."
Actually,
And it's just it just comes with the territory of what you're
yeah,
gonna do.
yeah.
I don't portray it at all. I would love to, but yeah, yeah. The Juice likes tentacle. Wow. Ooh, shit. Yeah, his hentai meter went off, and Juice was like, "Oh shit, it's time. I gotta bounce. Gotta go. I got something to do. Bye.
I'm dead.
See y'all later." But oh my god, dude. But yeah, we've been trying to hook up for a minute, man, to get together on here and just start having some goddamn fun, man. How'd CC go for the week?
I Gamma had my number this week. So last week I was like 7-0.
Ooh.
I was doing well, and then Gamma this week, dude, I got crit. Yet like 2 days ago. Like my dagger got crit and just totally ruined the fight. So Gamma kind of fucked me up this week, but I went 2-1, so not terrible. So next week, if I win one, I'll get back into Diamond 3. So pretty good, I guess. It's been going good. This season's been going a lot better than last season because I actually
I
have
am
like
enjoying this.
I actually have like the full new warriors now, so like I can actually compete, and that's the reason why I kind of stopped playing for a little bit, because when season 3 was around and room 5 was a thing with Tangle Web, that shit was not fun. So I was like, yeah, no, fuck this. So
So you got full new warriors. How's that?
Finally,
You getting
yeah.
used to it?
Yeah, the matchup, I mean, kind of plays itself, so it's like super easy. What's up, dude? Oh my god, this kid. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I don't have Bifrost, but that's okay. My Rebirth's been getting me some dubs, so I'm not, I can't complain. Most of them are pretty good, and I usually one shot everything.
Yeah, having a nice Bifrost is helpful, because it does trip some people up, especially if they don't know exactly what they're doing. And from what I found is that even the bigger TCPs, they have no idea what the fuck they're doing sometimes with Bifrost.
True.
They beat everything else, but Bifrost trips them up. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
And there's only so much you could do. But what is this? The fuck is too? Oh, it. Look, I'm an affiliate all around with some people, so I put it out there, man. You gotta learn how to make money whichever way you go. Fienders know how to do that.
Too, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
I've heard of them
Well, hey.
What is that? That's like
Yeah,
a YouTube
they're like
service,
ads
right?
on YouTube or something. Yeah, it's a
okay.
YouTube service
Gotcha.
to help your YouTube channel out, push a little further.
What kind of
Gamma and what?
Oh, I was gonna say, what you have merch? I think you have merch, right? Don't you have like some t-shirts and stuff?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
No, I was gonna start doing it and figure out what I could put on it, but I want to put something on it where I won't get copyrighted with it.
Who the fuck
But
made your logo
I haven't
for you?
figured that out yet. This ugly looking, disgusting alien, I don't know, fucker named Rello.
Oh,
I
Rella.
was-
Nice.
Yeah, I created an older logo with just, you know, a weird picture of Professor X or whatever, and just had ZKG in the middle. And he's like, "Hold on, bro, I got something for you." And I didn't ask for it, but I was just like, "All right, cool." And then we were going back and forth, and I was, "You should start charging motherfuckers for this shit." And he's like, "Man, I'm bored at home." I was like, "You need a job, motherfucker. I'm trying to help you out here. So you can make some good dough on it. People will pay
Rella's
money
my
for
go-to
it
guy,
because
man.
they're too lazy."
Yeah, no, they will. They will.
He comes in clutch. I'll give it to him. I'll give him props where it's due. The logo, great. He comes in with some other shit whenever I need it or whenever he wants something out. I know some shit he don't know. He knows some shit I don't know. So we go back and forth, and it's nice that we can bump off each other with that.
Right.
This is Wahpoh. He's another.
That says Wahpoh.
That's Wahpoh.
I literally.
Buenas tardes, señora. ¿Cómo estamos?
Well, I'll keep an eye out for it. What does Sugar Tits over here need?
Why the fuck did you think Winnie the
All
Pooh?
right, I'm good on the mimosas.
Wahpoh, not
Okay.
Wah.
literally
Nice. We're
says-
gonna come.
Oh, it doesn't even say it on yours.
No, that's because I moved the scene, so it
Oh,
says
yeah.
Wahpoh.
Oh yeah, okay, I see it now.
Are you?
Now you see it.
But like I saw it and I was like, wow, like po.
Oh, see, there you go. See, repping it. There you go.
Oh, is he? Oh, but that's not even how you spell Wahpoh though.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
That's how he says Wahpoh. Everybody can hear you.
Shut up.
Tell the missus I said hi.
Yes. She's over there talking to my daughter and our cousin or whatever. They're over there. Well, my cousin's high, but whatever. It's cool.
My cousin's hi.
He has to be getting there.
Yeah, he's a little gummied. He's.
I have no idea what he's at.
I don't do that, but hey.
I'm at 1,000.
So okay. Marvel Strike Force. I've seen you stream other games. So
Yeah.
besides Marvel Strike Force, what's the go-to game? Marvel Strike Force, like from right now till Monday, usually it's dead, but we got the trials going on, so
Yep.
that could still be a little bit fun. But if we didn't have it, what's
the game?
Wahpoh playing? What's Wahpoh jumping into? Yeah, what's happening?
I've been kind of liking Snap, Marvel Snap, ever since they released the PC client. I've been playing it a lot more, and the game for me has always looked beautiful, and I thought the gameplay is super easy. It's one of those games where it's really easy to play, but it's kind of hard to master, you know. And the PC client it just looks really good on the PC, and it's just been a lot of fun. So I'm trying to stream more Marvel Snap, but obviously Mad Mobile just started like 2 weeks ago, so I'm trying to get more involved in the Mad Mobile community because I've been playing the game for like 10 years with the same guys. I've like imagine being in the same alliance for 10 years, you know. It's like that's kind of why I've kept playing the game for as long, because I have the same group of buddies that I've played for so long, and just wanted to see what the streaming community's like. And they do a lot of giveaways, like a lot of the guys that stream Mad Mobile, which is kind of I don't want to say a dead game, but the Twitch community isn't really prevalent. It's not very big, but all the guys that do stream that game are sponsored by EA, so they'll be giving out like cards and stuff. They'll do like marble races and stuff, so they'll give out free shit in the game. It's like the equivalent, I guess, if I could put it in like MSF terms, like imagine watching Mobile Gamer and every 30-40 minutes he gives away like a free five red, or like maybe not 5 red, like a 3 yellow 3 red brand new character, whatever that brand new character just came out, you know. So that's the best thing I can really relate it to, so it's pretty cool.
I mean, they used to do that back in the day with, well, Strike Force used to give it, like those, what was it, the codes or something, so you get free shit.
Yeah.
And that was like the best thing. I don't know why they stopped that. If they did that, I think it would attract more people too, because people love free shit. Who's not gonna like free shit? You're just gonna see free. Oh, I got some free shit the other day starting this game. Maybe I'll play it, but I mean that's a good marketing strategy. People just like
good.
Free shit.
A lot of guys they'll watch the Mad Mobile guys, and they'll have like 150 like viewers and stuff, but they'll have maybe like 10 of them like actually actively talking in chat. And most of the guys, it's sad to say, but it seems like a lot of them either they really like the person that they're watching because they're entertaining or they're fun or whatever, or they're really just there for the free shit. So it's like there's probably a lot of guys that are on there just literally for the handouts, you know, which, you know, you can't blame them. Some people don't really want to watch watch the content. They just want to try to win, you know?
How long you not been playing Hydrus? There was codes. That was one of the reasons I was actually playing, looking for those stupid codes.
I forgot
wish
about
somebody
that.
would.
I didn't even.
Yeah.
What did they used to give out?
They used to, oh shoot, dude. It was simple shit back then. You'd find a code from somebody or whatever they were pushing out or whatever at the time, and then boom, you'd get something. I can't remember what it was. It was stupid. It's stupid now because we'd be like, I got it already. Who cares? But back then it was like, oh, I could get at least a couple of orbs or something. It was something really small. But they had like a list. They had a whole list of codes, and you're like, okay. But once you claim it once, it won't let you claim it again. That's what it was.
Gotcha.
So, and it was like, oh, well, if you guys kept doing this, people would be a little bit more attracted to that word that says free shit. Just free. And get it along the way. But
they do something like that for this other game I used to play. It was a WWE Supercard. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's just it's a mobile game. Yeah, Supercard's cool. It's a little gimmicky because it's literally just like the card, like cards fighting each other. It's not like the actual wrestler figure. It's really fucking weird. But they do a lot of like free like QR codes that you could scan like while their actual like live shows are going on and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
I used to play WWE Champions. That was okay-ish. Wasn't the greatest game, but it was pretty nice. Only because you had yeah, it was basically Bejeweled, but boom, you do something, you'll have them battle or whatever. But it's literally Bejeweled or something. I'm like, yeah.
That game almost got me. It almost got me to install it. But then like the trailer looked so cool. Like it was like some of my favorite wrestlers. And then they go to the gameplay and it's that stupid Jewel game, and I'm like, nah, fuck this, dude. Like, I'd rather play Bubble or something.
It was a little wonky. It was a little wonky at first, but then like it looked like they oversized or just, exaggerated the character, like the character model. And then I don't know what happened, just an update came in and I was like, wow, that Undertaker looks really fucking cool now. Looks a little bit more lifelike. And I'm like, all right, I'll play for a little bit. But then they started throwing in zombies and shit and then all these other things. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm rolling out. Fuck this. And I was getting tired of the whole Bejeweled thing or matching up. I was like, no, I want to battle with this fucker. I want to take John Cena and see if I can beat someone's ass with it. Not just, ooh, look, let me match up 3. Oh, I got 5. Fuck yeah, bro. This is a good game. It's not working for me. No,
it's not. No, I downloaded an emulator on my PC because I'm new to having a PC, bro. I've never actually had like a powerful like gaming, like rig. I don't even have a rig. It's a fucking laptop that I stream off of. I do all my shit off of a laptop. A pretty powerful one, but I downloaded an emulator and I learned how all that stuff works, and I was like, wow, like the fact that I could play like PS2 games, like some of the best like wrestling games on PS2 is like, that shit's been so much fun.
Once I got the emulator for Nintendo 64, I was looking for a couple of those old wrestling games because it was like, oh man, this would be great just to do it. I know the graphics look like shit, but fuck it, I'll still play it again.
Yeah.
And every now and then they'll be like, you know what? Let's Mario Kart 64 tonight. All right, fuck it, let's do it. So I bought some of the controllers and stuff, and it's great.
There you go. Nice. Yeah, I wish there was something like that we can play, like some like I wish there was a way we could all play Mario Party. You know what I mean? Without actually having to have the consoles. Like, imagine just having like a game night, where we do like Mario Party, or I'm sure there's like a Monopoly that we could play, but something like Mario Party or Pokemon Stadium 2, those are like throwbacks for me. There's like some of the best like.
Yeah, that would be interesting to play because then everybody could play it because it's an older game, but there's no way to link in like we could with. Like Steam or something where I could jump in and be like, boom, let's go.
Or like playing online, like because who knows if those servers are even like active like that anymore.
Doubt it. They're nowhere near it. We don't want the new Mario parties. We want the fucking old ones because they're awesome. That's the ones we played. Who cares if they're a little pixelated? So what? We still want to play it. Because it's just those games. Like, what were some of the games you grew up on? That you're like, oh my god, if I can't turn it off because there's no save, or I gotta save it before I go to school.
I mean, I don't want to say like I've always been an Xbox guy. I mean, I've always been an Xbox guy when like the Xbox first released. Like I just switched over, but I had a PlayStation 1. Like when I was little, I had the old school PlayStation 1, but it had a chip inside of it. So when I went to Mexico to go visit my dad, we used to go to these markets out there, and they would sell pirated PlayStation 1 discs, but they would sell them for like $1, right? But you'd get like a full ass game for like $1. So for 10 pesos, you would just buy these pirated discs, but you had to have that chip to play those pirated discs in your PlayStation 1. So that was like kind of my childhood, was like playing pirated. Like I would play the pirated fucking Dragon Ball Z games. Crash Bandicoot was like a big one that I grew up on with PlayStation 1. But before that, I mean, I was big N64, so like GoldenEye, Mario Kart, like, you know, just like all the classics on N64. Like Donkey Kong used to be one of my favorite games. Like, you know, the yellow cartridge, or the yellow, like, yeah, cartridge. That was like my shit.
Yeah, but then I think the big one for me was, yeah, like I said, so GoldenEye was the big one. WCW versus NWO World Tour. There was another one. There was a WWF one. Can't remember.
It's,
it was
No
around the
Mercy.
same time it came out. Yeah, there you go. No Mercy.
There was No Mercy and WrestleMania 2000. Those two are like by far the best N64 wrestling games of that era for sure.
I love
Warzone
it. I did.
was good, too.
Warzone was alright. It wasn't great, but it was pretty good.
Perfect Dark, yeah. Perfect Dark was one of my favorite N64 games of all time, for sure.
Well, because you got GoldenEye came out first, and then Perfect Dark came out, and I was like, it kind of looks like it, but I'm like, the story is a shitload
polished.
better. Yeah, it's just it was a little better. The difficulty was better, and I'm like, this is pretty fucking good. The only bad part about GoldenEye is like, okay, if you've seen the movie, you already know how it fucking ends. It's just there's stuff in between that the game's playing, and it's great. But
did you ever have any like what was your favorite like handheld device? Like was it an Game Boy Advance, a Game Boy Color?
Keep going back, bro.
I mean, there's like Game Boy Color is about as far as, I mean, if you want to go back, you could do like
thank you for the sub.
There's what was the one with the Sega? I forget what the fuck that one was called. It was like a giant.
It was a big thing. It was huge.
Yeah,
we didn't have it because we were poor as fuck. So we were happy I was happy once I got Game Boy, but my brother took it, broke it, and my dad just looked at me and said, "Ooh, not happening." I don't know how. We told you to keep it. Game Gear, there it is. Game Gear. There you go.
That's
boom.
what it was. Yeah, I used to play The Lion King and Aladdin on that shit, and it was hard, man. Like trying to beat The Lion King on that game was really tough.
The only other handheld I did, and I'm pretty sure Juice knows about this, or Papa, they were like the old little white ones where it only had like 2 buttons, but you seen the character come across. It wasn't like, you know, it was some weird thing. And I know one of them was Ninja Gaiden, and I think an older one was Street Fighter. And you tried to do it, but there was only like 2 dude, Ninja Gaiden. I took that bitch to school, and that fucking teacher took it and told my parents, and my parents was like, "Fuck you, you ain't getting it back to the end of the year." But by then, we already had Game Gear, so who gave a fuck? Who cared?
Nice.
I was like, but man, I used to be sitting there waiting for school to start. Like, I'm just gonna play Ninja Gaiden until these batteries bump out. That's it.
Yeah, I had a Sega when I was little, and then I even had the disc Sega, and I used to play this Mortal Kombat one on the disc Sega, and oh man, that was when I first started playing Mortal Kombat. It was like it was fun.
Dude, those ones, like Mortal Kombat, we used to. Oh fuck! I think it was right when I started high school. I would come home off the bus, and there was like a little local shopping mall. And we go right to the back. I just have quarters there, and bam, it was Mortal Kombat 2 and Killer Instinct, and it was like there was a line just waiting, and you're just like, "Yep, when I get up there, I'm gonna fuck somebody up because I keep watching how this guy plays. I keep watching how he plays. We're gonna do it."
So you used to have to get in line on the arcades.
You had to get in line, man. It wasn't even an arcade. It was just they were just sitting at the back door, inside, and there'd be a shitload of kids there because school's out. So boom.
I remember I had the same kind of place like at a laundromat by my house when I was little. It was only at the laundromat that you would find like some of the best arcades. They would have 3 fucking machines. One of them would have like the multi games like Bubble and Metal Slug and stuff, and then the other one in the middle was like this soccer one. It was only the soccer one too, and it was like the best. And then the one next to it was Marvel vs. Capcom. So like I would just spend hours like on the soccer and the Marvel one.
Like my buddy
Good
was like,
shit.
man, I wanna go to an arcade, and I'm like Dave and Buster's or something, or what? He's like, no. There's this spot downtown that's got retro game, like actual old arcade games. We go
Yeah.
there, drink, food, and I figured maybe there'd be like 10, 20 at most. No, this place is packed with like over 120 fucking games. Motherfuckers are standing in line. You see them, all you hear is, oh shit, he's on fire. And I'm going, that's NBA Jam. Somebody's knocking that shit out. I want to go play that. I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to go play that. And you just sit there and wait in line because you're like, man, I want to try it. I want to play this the way I used to play it on the arcade, not jumping on the computer or having, a handheld or with the keyboard. I want to sit there and be like, boom, 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 boom. And with those games, it takes forever to play. And you're like, fuck yeah. I think we spent 4 hours there. And I swear time just went like, boom.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh, yeah,
holy shit,
time
dude.
flies when you're having fun. Yeah, for me it was Blitz. I didn't play a lot of NBA Jam, but Blitz was my shit. Like
Ooh.
getting on fire and then just putting guys on your back and then just running to the end zone. Oh man, it was the best. What's up, baby? You want some milk?
Yeah, I think oh shoot. See, I had Super Nintendo first, so like the Madden was pretty good back then. I think they had the only thing I remember from Madden is those stupid quarterback challenges where you had to like throw the ball straight through the fucking hoop or the the tube or something. If you fucked up, you got less shit for you got less experience or something for your character, and he was a shitty ass quarterback when you started, and it's like, wow, I just suck at aiming then. That's my fucking problem.
The young or the earliest Madden that I remember playing was like 2007. Like I really didn't start playing too many sports games until I was, well, aside from the soccer one, because soccer's always been my thing, like since I was little. But my first Madden was 2006. But did you ever play Pokemon like on like a Game Boy Advance, or because I used to have an SP? I don't know if you remember the SPs. They were like you could fold them up and then you'd fold them open, and then it had like, that was the first one that actually came with like a built-in light, so you didn't have to have that little extension of a light. It was like already in the screen.
See, this is where age starts to hit, because by the time Game Boy Advance came out, Game Boy Advance came out, and I was chasing skirts, so I didn't even think about it. And then I didn't actually get the next big console that I got, which I bought for myself, was PlayStation 2 and 3, and it was like, oh shoot, this is great. What's up? What's happening, man?
Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi, Z. Over there, like the camera's right there, Papa. Like
he's looking at me like, hey.
He needs a haircut. All right, let's go.
Damn right, I need a haircut. Shoot.
Ugh.
Or better yet, you know what? Let him keep it as long as he wants, and let him enjoy it. Because eventually,
he did for a while, man. He did for a while, but
he is. But I mean, hey, I didn't play any of the Pokemon ones. I knew they were there, and I played it with like my little brother every now and then when I was home, and that was very rare because I was too busy chasing. I was like, fuck this, I'm out. I didn't play too many games after maybe freshman or junior year. No, freshman or sophomore year, because I was either baseball, basketball, or soccer. That was it.
What year did you graduate, Z?
2000.
2000. Oh my god.
2000, bro. 2000.
That must have been so sick though. I'm not gonna lie. Like the year 2000, like you got like that you basically lived through like that whole like 90s vibe, you know, with like the music and the style was different. People were rocking denim and like
you could wear whatever the fuck you want
that must
to
have
school.
been crazy.
Dude, I went to shit, if some people in Chicago know where it is, but I went to Morgan Park High School. It is predominantly black. All right. Mobile Gamer, what's happening? Thank you, man. Thank you for the raid. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Grazie. Welcome in, Raiders. We are on the hot seat with Wahpoh. It is kind of a Latino night, although it should be Tuesday, but whatever. I had tacos. I'm good. But hey, boom. No, yeah, I don't know if he ended the stream out of nowhere. We're still here. Shoot, we're still good. But yeah, welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. We're talking with Wahpoh. If you have any questions you'd like to ask this guy, please go ahead and ask away. He is here for it. I will definitely ask the question. but I can't guarantee that he'll answer. But oh, if you're looking for channel points, why does that thing, like the thing never stays up? Are disabled.
What never stays up, Z?
The one thing I put it up there saying the channel points are disabled, and I was like,
Oh.
I clicked on it to say end of stream, and it never stays up. It never does it. I end up entering it in like 5 times before it stays. Ooh, Stinger Undertaker. Ooh. Ooh, who you going for? Which one you picking?
Me? Undertaker.
Yeah.
100%.
Undertaker? Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I never watched Sting, so Sting for me wasn't, yeah, and I didn't watch a whole lot of WCW. I was just more, like, there was a moment where WCW was really, like, it was more interesting to watch than WWF. Like, I think there was probably about 2 months where WCW, like, had peaked viewership and stuff and ratings over WWE. Or WWF at that time, and that was when I think that was when Scott
NWO.
Hall and that's when NWO started and stuff, when they did the move over, but there was really nothing going on. So like that was before I think Stone Cold really had a rise and stuff. But like after like once Stone Cold and King of the Ring '96 happened, like it was over.
Oh,
like WCW was just dead.
Now back then with wrestling, I was into it when I came home from school, but I was just sitting there and I'd have to fight with my old man, like, hey man, I can do my homework right here on the couch, so we can have we can have guys here, me, you, my brother, we could watch some wrestling here. And every now and then he'd go for it, but then every now and then my mom would be like, fuck you, we're watching a show. And I'm like, fuck, guess we're not watching this. I might as well just do my homework. Fuck it.
Oh,
but
man.
for most of the Monday Night Wars, we were there. We were shocked with some of the shit. Next thing you know, it turned from just like straight just fighting to titties all over the place. Like, wow, these girls are just going, wow, holy crap. I wish I could meet some of these. Wow. And then we went to our first event back then, and oh my God, my brother was just like, wow, they look.
You guys
Yeah, we went to a Monday Night Raw during the Monday Night Wars, and this was, I think it was about the time when Edge and Lita and the Hardys and stuff were still doing some dumb shit, but Lita was just hot, and my brother was just like speechless and shit. Like,
Oh yeah, Lita was the best.
wow, oof.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I am Anubis. I'm from Chicago. I'm in Chicago. I'm literally in Chicago. Morgan Park is not that far. There you go. Undertaker or Big Show?
Oh man. I mean it depends, man. Cause like Undertaker was like the biggest. He was the most graceful big man that ever wrestled. I think. Like you're not gonna see a guy as big as the Undertaker, 7'1", 7'2", 300 something pounds, walking on the top rope as graceful as he was, like never losing his balance, and then doing half the shit that he was doing. Big Show, you got to give Big Show his credit though, because Big Show was a workhorse, man, and Big Show went through so much stuff, and he seems like a kind soul. But even Ric Flair said that Big Show, because he's been in the Ric Flair even said that he's been in the ring with Andre the Giant. He was good friends with Andre the Giant, but Big Show was the best big man he ever faced in the ring.
Yeah, I think when Big Show first came out, and then he was moving around, like, dude, you're fucking huge, but you're like all over the place. Like, dude, you could run, you could sit there and kick and throw people. But once he started slapping people in the chest, and then you look at their chest and you're going, God damn.
Yeah. There's a guy nowadays. There's a guy nowadays named Gunther. There's a guy nowadays that's wrestling.
Oh yeah, I heard about him.
He brings me back to like that time, when, because there's a thing in wrestling. It's called giving somebody a receipt, and it's basically like if they give you like a big lick, like if they chop you across the chest, or they get out of hand and they like accidentally punch you, when they're not really supposed to punch you, and you owe that guy a receipt, right? So his receipt's coming, meaning like you're gonna get his ass back at some point. So yeah, man, like this guy Gunther, he be handing out receipts like it's nothing, dude. Like he's gritty, dude. Like there's a wrestling match. If you're like, I wonder what wrestling's like nowadays, go watch the one from this most recent WrestleMania. It was a triple threat match with Gunther and 2 other big men. I mean, one of them is what's his name, Sheamus, and the other guy is Drew McIntyre. There you go. Those are the three guys. Great match, and man, Gunther put them both like in their place. It was crazy.
Yeah. Back then, okay, so they asked if it was Triple H or Shawn Michaels. The only reason I would say Shawn Michaels, I think Triple H is smart and knows what he's doing. He got a good head on his shoulders, but he did the smart thing and snuck his way into the family and was like, fuck it, I'm done. Boom. That's a good way to do it.
Married the boss's daughter, yeah.
Marry the boss's daughter. That's a good goddamn way to do it. However, people
you know
can say
how
whatever they
that
want.
started, like with Triple H and Stephanie, like
yeah, the fake wedding thing or whatever.
the fake wedding, yeah,
the fake wedding.
Yeah. He like
And then
supposedly drugged her and
yeah.
then married her.
Married her right there. People were like, this
Yeah.
ain't real, but yeah, it's going very fucking real. But hey, whatever happened between, look, I'll just say, hey, it was an upgrade from China. He moved up, boom, he knew what he was doing. He's looking to push his career further, and he just happened to be with the boss's daughter. Boom, there you go. And whoever was going to be around him, because he was in some shit once Scott Hall and Kevin Nash left, so he was in a shit fucking place. And
Do you
then,
have a
boom.
favorite? Do you have a favorite wrestler, Z? Or
Oh, Stone Cold. When we saw him live, oh my god!
My goodness! What year was it? Do you
Dude,
remember?
Oh shoot! It had to be. Oh, it was a little after the King of the Ring because they came to Chicago and we saw Monday Night Raw. But he came out at the end for like the dark match or whatever, and he didn't actually wrestle. He just came out and just stunned motherfuckers, and everybody was going like nuts. They just went nuts, and it was just wow, this is great.
Yeah, if it was any time like between like 90, I want to say like 97, from like 97 to 2001, 2002 would have been like the best time. Like that was like the peak of Stone Cold's like hype. I don't know if you've seen my poster. I bought this poster like a couple years ago. Supposedly there was only 316 of them made, but let me show it to you. Hold on.
Yeah, you guys asked about Triple H or Shawn Michaels. I actually I got to see Shawn Michaels in the Hammond Civic Center, and if you guys don't know, holy shit. Yeah, there you go. Hell yeah. Oh my god, dude. Once he mentioned Austin 316, that shit just went in a totally different direction, man. That set him up for grace.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, so this is when they had that match when he didn't tap out against
Bret Hart.
Remember when his face is all bloody and he put him in that submission hold? I think it's the first time he won the belt, WrestleMania 15.
Yep.
That's him stunnering. I think that's him stunnering the boss. It might be him doing the boss. That's when he got arrested. That's when he won King of the Ring.
The
it's
beer
pretty
truck.
fucking cool. It's like my prized possession for wrestling.
Dude, dude. I mean, you could go watch some of the stuff for the Monday Night Wars, but they have so many videos on the Monday Night Wars. It's one thing to listen with commentary. It's another thing if you could actually watch like Raw and then WCW from those times, each and every one, because it just built up for 2 years of like a battle. And some of it was script, a lot of it, they knew what they were doing, but sometimes they would just go off the cuff. So, and yes, West, there was no better entrance music than hearing that glass break and the crowd goes nuts.
Yeah, you hear the glass, that's your ass.
The crowd would just boom, that's it, it's done. Austin 316's coming out.
So would you say that he had your favorite finisher? Like he's got the best finisher of all time?
I won't say it's the best of all
finisher?
time. I would say it's probably the most widely used. It was always good to see it. I think it was more iconic with him because you kind of knew it was coming. You were just waiting till he actually did it.
I see. Yeah.
Sometimes
So
he would prolong it. He'd be like,
do you have another finisher that you like better?
I would I like the F5 for some fucking reason.
Okay.
I really do. I like the F5. It just and then the fact that Brock Lesnar does it to like the Big Show with no problem. Screw him. Yeah, Bret Hart was pretty good. The Undertaker with the chokeslam and the tombstone. The fact that the Undertaker and Kane are the only ones that can do a pile driver says something, because they trust both of them to do exactly what they're supposed to do. The jackhammer was okay. I don't know. Some of the stories I've heard about Goldberg where I'm just like,
What have you heard?
The whole thing with Chris Jericho, how Chris Jericho was a little peon back then, and he was, but he was more in the, hey, we could market this shit and make a pay-per-view out of something if you go back and forth, and Goldberg didn't want to do it because, hey, whatever. But I mean,
Goldberg wasn't really too much of a team player. Like, that's why people really kind of, that's why he didn't really mesh too well in the locker room when you know, the whole invasion angle happened and they bought out WCW. Like, my dream match that I never got was Stone Cold versus Goldberg. I didn't watch a lot of WCW, but I knew about Goldberg, and I was like, this guy, I mean, the match would have been crazy, right? Like, we never got that. We never got Sting versus Undertaker or Sting versus anybody, you know, like anybody big, because there were so many, you know, really good, like A1, like elite, you know, the top of the top when it came to WWF wrestlers. But it's like,
yeah, they
missed the boat,
squandered
man.
that. They really did. Some of them were cool. I mean, like, all right. I mean, granted, Booker T was good back in WCW, but he was one of the ones that it didn't matter. He was going to do whatever he had to do, and he made it. And
yeah,
we just seen him at the horror weekend thing, and he's there. Granted, this motherfucker needs a shave, but otherwise, he's still buff. He's cool as shit. He is awesome to talk to. He's fucking hilarious. He gives no fucks. Yeah, Booker T he just talked to anybody that was coming by. He didn't care if you paid him for an autograph or a picture. He just wanted to talk to people, and he stood there for a good minute.
Cool.
And we're just joking, and it's just like, talking to a guy that just fucking does a spin Rooney. So this is fucking great. This is awesome.
Yeah. I think the most the one time, like, I guess I had like a celebrity encounter. I was somewhere in Arizona, dude, and I walked into like a Verizon Wireless, and there was a guy standing right next to me, and I was like, hey, are you the guy from Mortal Kombat? It was fucking Shang Tsung. It was the guy that goes, your soul is mine, and then I asked him, and he's like, no. He said no, and I was like, oh, okay, sorry. And then like he stayed in the store, and I kept looking at him. I was like, bro, that's got to be him. And then he turns and looks at me, and then he just pulls a pen out, like I'm ready to ask for an autograph. And of course, I got an autograph, but still, it was like, it's like, what the fuck? It was like I'd never really ran into a celebrity like that, you know. But I knew who he was.
Yeah, well, dope. One of my old high school friends, she decided, oh, I'm gonna wrestle. So she wrestles every now and then. She moved to Florida, but she wrestles down there with some company, and every now and then she'll come back up and she's like, hey, let's go. You want to go to Raw? And I'm going, okay, but just I really
casually
don't.
like, hey, you want to go to Raw?
Like, you want to go to Raw? And I'm like,
wow.
all right, cool. But I really don't like the handicap seats in the fucking in Allstate Arena, because they're up and away. You could see everything, but they're up and away. They're like second floor in the back. Cool, whatever. So she just goes, hey, I got you. We're sitting in back. She knows Mark Henry. Don't know how. I'm not asking questions. I give no fucks. I don't care. She knows Mark Henry. So
big sexy.
Go back there. All these motherfuckers are walking out. When we finally got to the back after the show, because we were on the first, we got to sit first floor. We're watching everything. It was fucking great, because it was like, dude, you could smell these motherfuckers coming down the goddamn ramp. It's like, wow, this is great. Pretty sure this was a pretty penny. She's like, Mark said let you guys in, so okay, cool.
Hell
whatever.
Yeah, dude.
He is hilarious. He kept fucking with everybody that kept coming out of like the back after they were showering, just going, dude, you smell like shit. I don't know why you come out. You ain't doing nothing. And but
for Mark Henry to tell people that they stink, oh man, they must really stink.
I mean, he was just a bundle of joy, and he's just like, dude, what? How are you guys want to go in back? And we're like, in back to where? And he's like, fuck it, let's roll. So we met we met D'Lo. D'Lo was that head shaking thing, he just does it because he just does the fucking head shaking thing just because.
I do the head shaking thing when I come out of the bathroom when I'm at a party. Like, you know, you just get you one of
That was
those.
pretty good. Oh fuck! But dude, that was really some of the stuff with WWE back in the day was
Shit.
really good. I like the only reason I say a good thing about HBK is because he came by and he gave my little brother his freaking armband or whatever. Picked him right out.
HBK now,
Just
yeah,
boom.
HBK now would it like seems like a nice guy, right? Because
everybody
like there was a
uno,
moment in time,
dos,
I think it was like
tres.
WrestleMania 25. It was Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, which is actually highly regarded as like one of like the best one of the best matches of all time. Like if you want to show somebody like how to like tell a story like during a match, like you got to watch that. But during that time, Shawn Michaels had like, you know, he got saved and he like became like real Christian, you know, and like was like preaching about God and Jesus and all that stuff, and the Undertaker's like the the antithesis of that, right? Like his story, I mean his character is. So if you ever watched that entrance, Shawn Michaels comes out in like in all white, you know, he comes dressed in all white.
When he
and
comes out
yeah.
on the cable and stuff. That was pretty.
Oh no
That was-
no
yeah.
no that was WrestleMania 15.
Yeah.
Like 10 or 15 or something some shit like that, where he like came in the cable. No, this where am I getting with this? But Shawn Michaels like now is probably would have been really cool. But I've seen some stories online of you remember the Hurricane?
Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Shane Helms, and if you go on YouTube and you type in Shane Helms on on HBK, he talks about how Shawn Michaels was a complete dick in the locker room.
I mean, okay. I mean, maybe we know he is. We know he was. He was a very cocky motherfucker back then. If you watch a lot of
Yeah.
the stuff on there, they got some stuff on Vice. They got some other stuff on there too, where they're going back and forth and they're telling all these stuff about WWE, and you're going, wow, some of these guys are fucking dickheads. But then, you know, the old age finally gets to him and goes, fuck, I should have did some good shit. And the one guy that no one will either talk shit about or even talk bad about is The Undertaker. His whole legacy is him being just the guy, the go-to guy, and then like the locker room god. Because hey, if you needed something, you go to The Undertaker, and no one ever has anything bad. They're not going to have another
streak?
like it. The streak, I didn't think they were going to break it, but I was okay with it. Only because if there was somebody that was going to do it, that had the potential would be doing it, then that would be Brock. The whole thing with Roman, if they would have saved it for Roman, it would have propelled Roman huge. But they didn't. They went with Brock. And it's like Brock didn't need it, but you knew Brock potentially could do it. So it was a really weird one. I don't know.
I think it was the dumbest shit they've ever done.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, but that goes to show you. It goes back to what you said about the Undertaker, about him just being like completely selfless and being like the biggest workhorse for that company. He's probably like, if people don't even know about wrestling, like they know who the fuck the Undertaker is, right? Like even if you've never seen a wrestling match in your life, but it just goes to show you, man, the kind of guy that Taker was for the company, to be able to like put that streak on the line and say, hey, this guy deserves to get over. This is what's gonna do it. It's like, fuck, dude, like you got to respect the guy for that. But it should have never been broken.
Yeah, I mean, if they didn't break it, it would have been great, because they'd be like, all right, he'll probably wrestle a couple more matches, be done with it, cool, no biggie. And then he started doing all the interviews and stuff as soon as he retired, and you're just going like, wait, this fucker's actually talking. He's talking to everybody. Like all these things are just popping up, and I'm just like, okay, we could watch this. And she's just like, no, I want to watch what the fuck, who the fuck is he talking to? Let's watch it. And there was so much stuff that they were asking, especially about Hell in a Cell. Watching that on pay-per-view and seeing it when it happened, it just makes you go, what the fuck? He's dead.
Yeah,
he's dead.
He's dead.
He's got to be dead. He's got to be dead.
Yeah,
he's dead. And then them just keep going. It's like, okay, I know this is fake. I've seen something, not fake, but I know this is pre-planned. It's just, no, well, it's not fake. And a lot of people like say, oh, it's fake. And it's fake in terms of, hey, something is not planned. The whole thing is planned. It's just one big show. It's just now they got lights, fireworks, and all kinds of other shit to help out with that. But back then it was a little more low key and nobody knew. But when Hell in a Cell happened and that big thing happened, people were like, what? We didn't really plan it. It just, he said, throw me off, and I threw him off, but fuck.
Yeah, he got yeeted off the top of the cage and landed on that table. And then in that same match, right, he lost a tooth. The tooth at the very end, like after like Undertaker pins him, right, and he wins. There's a scene where Mick Foley looks at the camera, or he's not really looking at the camera, but he's like smiling. And there's something in his nose that's actually his fucking tooth that literally went through his like nostril cavities and is like hanging out from like the tip of his nose. It's crazy. Like he didn't just get tossed off the cell, he like went through the cell as well and like landed in the ring and damn near dented the ring. Like he took such a beating, man.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. He had a broken foot that one, and they were trying to talk about, like, how are we going to work this match, and how are we going to do this? I got a broken foot. You're Mankind. What can we do? And he's just like, throw me around. The next thing you know, I mean, the match was like maybe 5 minutes, and he went off the side of the cage, and boom, next thing you know, there's another 10 to 15 minutes in between it. These motherfuckers just kept on going for another 10, and it's like, wow, you guys made an entire match and did almost nothing. Compared to the other matches.
Yeah.
And I don't remember who was going on after. They were just like, how the fuck do we follow that?
No,
how the fuck do you follow? How do you take it to do a match after that? They like set the bar high as shit. And now some people tried it. I mean, I know Shane did some crazy shit, jumping off cages and, top of the pillars and shit.
You saw that one where he lands on the Big Show from like fucking 30, 40 some feet high. It's crazy.
Like, dude,
Shane has taken some crazy bumps, man. There's a video that I clipped that I showed Beetlejuice on his stream the other day, and it was Shane McMahon versus Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle's trying to throw him through this like glass sort of piece.
Glass thing.
And it doesn't work because two things happened. He threw him through the wrong piece of glass that was supposed to be that was supposed to break easy. And he had broken his tailbone right before from a suplex that they did like on the ramp. So he's working with the broken tailbone, shit's not going right. He threw him through the wrong piece of glass, and it's like, dude, like the fact that they carried out and just were professional enough to just keep going and stuff and finish that fight out is nuts, dude.
I mean,
Shane has taken some crazy bumps.
I will say to anybody, if anybody thinks it's fake, the only fake thing about it is that it's not actually something there's no RNG in it besides if somebody hurts themselves during a move or something going wrong. That's the only RNG in that whole part. Everything's planned. They know who's going to win. They know who's going to lose. They just got to get to that point. And they direct everybody. That's it. I did 1 year of trying to wrestle because they had some small wrestling school on the southeast side of Chicago. And when you get slammed a few times over and over and over again, you just go, this shit ain't really fake. My back is red as fuck. Like, but you gotta land perfectly. Your feet don't come down with your back at that same height. Your back's gonna hurt because your feet is supposed to absorb everything. And it's just, I always look at it and I go, wow. Even though, especially the smaller ones, because if you get somebody that's 5'7", 5'8", going up against somebody that's 6'6", 6'7", they're jumping all over the place, and they got to make sure they can match up. And it was good to watch, but you got to make sure that tall guy can handle the small guy. And WWE, well, WCW did it first with the luchadors and shit, with the cruiserweights. They were fucking crazy. But then
Cruiserweights, yep. Yeah, the cruiserweights were good. Yeah, in Mexico they even got midgets and masks and stuff. It's pretty awesome. Yeah,
we don't need to talk about T-Dats. We got to leave T-Dats alone. He still gets royalties from Game of Thrones, all right? He still gets the royalties there.
Oh my god.
We'll make sure he's good.
What's with the T-Dat slander? No,
there's no slander. There's no slander there. He looks like Dinklage.
I'm just kidding. He looks like Dinklage.
He looks like Dinklage. I love T-Dats. He's a fucking amazing dude.